Hello, I'm Skeleton. I've hit Radiant countless times on multiple agents, and I've also peaked rank 1 on Europe. I am an experienced coach and player, and I'm basically just here to help you learn everything you need to know about Valorant. Okay, so in this video we're going to be looking at Sova on Breeze. Now, when thinking about how you want to play Sova in general, you want to be supporting your teammates, getting info, and yeah, just using your util to make the game easier for your duelists. Sova, you're probably not going to watch a Breeze game without Sova, and the reason why is because it's such an open map, and it's so easy for his arrow to get pings. If you're playing on a really close quarters map, the Sova arrow and the util in general just isn't as useful. Whereas if you're in more like wide open spaces, there's more lineups available, Sova's gonna shine. So when looking at B, a great arrow that you can do is, and this is like a pretty strong arrow just all the time, is you just want to be aiming to top left of this white square, and full charging. It's gonna land backside. It's gonna clear the whole of backside. It's a really good arrow. And another one you can do is
revealing area.
This one. There we go. Now this one is really strong, especially if you have your Sova ult, or if they're on a low buy. So imagine you throw that arrow, you pop your Sova ult, and you get a ping. They're stuck in this alley. There's nowhere for them to go. The only place the guy in the alley can go is out into sight, and your teammates can kill him easily. So it's a really great way to get an easy kill, especially if you have your ult. You're gonna funnel them into the alley, pop your ult, easy kill. The reason this arrow is also really good, if they're on low buy, is it's gonna clear the close angles where someone with a bad gun would be playing, right? It's gonna clear the shotguns, it's gonna clear the SMGs, the pistols, it's gonna clear these close angles. This backside arrow is really good if they have an op, or you think they have an op, something like this, because it's gonna help your teammates. One, it's going to take the op off the angle. If there's an op standing up here, it's going to push him off the angle. If there's an op standing up here, it's going to push him off the angle. It's backside, everyone knows that he's backside, and you can make a decision whether you want to rotate or not off of that. The drone you want to be doing is just clearing close, clearing here, and you also get a little glimpse into backside as well. It's a really strong drone. It just clears basically everything that your duelists are going to be worrying about. In terms of B, really, you can do your own arrows. Maybe you forgot the lineups. You can literally, this is a great thing about Breeze. If you've never ever played Sova, you can still, you can pull him off, because you can just shoot an arrow back here. Even shooting an arrow on here, it's really strong, just because as I said, it's going to clear all these close angles. And yeah, if you're worried about the elbow push, is that the arrow? You can shoot the arrow, on here. It's gonna clear elbow. It's kind of a specific thing, but I guess if they are playing aggressive, you can shoot that. But realistically, you want to be trying to hold onto your arrow and use it for sight. Now, when looking at mid, the two main arrows you want to do, honestly, the best arrow is you shoot an arrow up here to support your team, and this arrow is especially good if you've got you got a teammate walking elbow or something like this, because he's not going to have to worry about the guy pushing elbow. It's going to clear that. It's going to clear the mid push. But on a timing that they could get behind this wall and push up close, which is where you want to utilize this one. So if you don't have anyone going elbow, you can just shoot an arrow on this back wall here, and it's gonna basically do the same thing. It's just this one's a little bit easier to break. If the guy tunnels here, you can just shoot up and break it. But both arrows work, and both arrows are really good in terms of attack. If your team's doing a fast A split or something, you could just shoot an arrow into double doors to support them. That's the thing. The basics on Sova really isn't about lineups, like the lineups, and the, you know, people get so obsessed with the lineups and the shock dart lineups and stuff. But if you're playing server properly, you just need to be with your team and supporting. You know, it's not about having some crazy lineup or some crazy I don't know, shock dart. Just support your team. If your team's going mid and they need an arrow, you need to be there to give that arrow. Doesn't matter whether it bounces off 10 walls or it just goes into the wall, you know. Keep it simple and make sure you're supporting your duelists. That's the main people you're there for. That's the whole reason you've locked in server, is to support your duelists. That's why everyone needs a server on this map. When it gets deeper into the game and the enemies, you know, they've started to get ops, things like this, you know, this is when really you want to be using this drone. This drone is made to find the AWP, So a perfect example would be, right, you know, you want to push A. How are we going to push A? Where could the AWP be? You know, while you're taking this space, well, the AWP could be on this angle. So you want to make sure you're running up left like this. You know, and you can drone out, clear close, clear sight. You're like, right, okay, and then your team's like, right, okay, it's clear, and then you just, the arrow you want to do is just this. Okay, so you just get in this corner, aim at this, jump, and it's gonna land backside. Nice, safe, and easy arrow. You can't miss this arrow. And it's just gonna just land backside, and it's gonna land fast as well. You know, like the enemies won't have much time to react. It's gonna also, you know, get yellow for you. Get a little bit of backside. So it's a super strong arrow. This is the arrow you realistically want to be doing on A. Maybe you don't have time. Your team are going really fast. You know, you can just shoot an arrow backside. It works basically the exact same. Just depends how you want to play it. The reason, you know, this arrow is nice is, again, you know, say if you have your ult, so you know, you can throw this arrow and arrow pops, and then, you know, your ult off the stand. So yeah, that in general, like for A, I would say is the basics. These are the basics that you need to know. You know, you need to know the basic arrows on B, the basic arrows on A. Keep it simple. You don't need to do anything crazy. There's really no need, especially on a map like Breeze that is such a simple map. You know, say if you're locking Sova on Sunset, or you're locking him on Split or something. I've never even seen him on Split, but if you're locking him on a map like that, maybe you do need the lineups to help make him more useful. But on a simple server map like Ascent or Breeze, you know, these type of maps, you don't have to do anything crazy. There's literally no need. You can just play super basic, super simple. I've played server so many times in Radiant, and I've never needed to do a crazy lineup, and I've always been fine. So if I don't need to, you don't need to. In terms of how you want to play him on defense, there's probably like the two strongest positions that you're gonna want to be playing server is you can play him in Nest. If you're playing him in Nest, you know, your primary objective is to be getting the info on mid. You know, you could do a little arrow like this to get the early info on mid. This is gonna really support your double door player. There's a guy fighting double doors. You know, you can just shoot an arrow down here. But you can even try and get one on this wall. Don't always hit. Just like this. Right, this is like the best arrow you can get, and you just supporting your mid player. You can play in this if you want. You can drone out mid. Maybe you get smoked, or you know, you lose info, you lose control. You can drone out mid. Or how you want to play him is, you know, you play him towards A. And the reason he's really strong on A is because, let's say the Viper wall goes down. You can't see anything. You can just shoot an arrow up here. Alright, you shoot an arrow up here and you can spam through the wall. It's going to really support, you know, the guy backside as well. So you know, holding onto your arrow until the enemies execute, throwing the arrow on the back wall, spamming through, it's going to work, you know. Maybe they get out onto site, you can spot your shock darts, you know, they're trying to plant the bomb. You can get a lot of damage off. And then, yeah, you know, you drone from yellow. You can see over the wall, get a lot of info. You can be really powerful from like this stairs yellow position as Sova. There's so much util that you can shoot at the enemies. So I definitely would say you want to be playing either here, or you want to be playing you know, towards nest, like the nest type of area, and supporting your mid player. You can also play him double door. You know, you can say you've got a jet on double door, he wants to fight mid. You know, you can shoot your arrow like up here. You know, maybe you play here and the jet baits for you. You know, this type of thing. You know, it's also viable as well. You know, maybe you have to play in B. I don't know, your team just have to play A. You know, they don't want you to play B. On B, it's a similar concept, right? Like they come out B, throw a high arrow. You know, and this arrow is gonna let you, if you've got a guy on wall or tunnel or whatever, you know, he can spam through the Viper wall. And it just gives you something to play off, right? You know, this arrow reveals, you can peek here, you know, you can hold this, you can fight. It's a really like good arrow just in general. I'm trying to think.
Scanning ahead.
Can I just shoot an arrow over here? Again, look, you can literally look. I didn't even need a lineup. I just shot the arrow. Shoot an arrow deep on B, get the info. Like, you can freestyle it on server, man. Like this is how I play server anyway. Like I'll just freestyle it, and it worked. You know, shoot a deep arrow on B, take the control. Maybe you can drone out B. You know, your jet can follow it. You know, you clear your elbow, clear deep. You're like, right, okay, B's clear. It's got to be A. Okay, you know it's gonna be A, so you know you run over to A, run. You need to be carry the tube lurk. Like, right, okay, awesome. A retake.
Scanning ahead.
Shoot your arrow deep. Support your A site players if they're still alive. You can drop down. Take a fight. This is the premise of server. You know, you're not pushing for entries. You just kind of, you are probably going to be staying on behind this line the whole time, right? Like, you're going to be here shooting arrows and droning and getting info and just supporting your team. You know, there is instances like on B, you know, when we did the deep arrow, where you can get aggressive on him. You know, on A, you know, you could shoot an arrow up here, see that A main is clear, and you can take this fight, push through. Obviously, you can get your teammate to follow your drone. You can drone like this, clear him in. You get what I'm saying. So there is the aggressive option on server, but in general, that's just not how you play him. He is just a much more passive agent. Another way that you can get a pick early on server is, you know, you can get a teammate to play like here, and you say, when you hear steps, you need to tell me. And the second your teammate hears steps, you just ult here, you know? You can just ult off the audio cue. If you can ult from backside, you know, you basically get that whole lane. You know, you get this whole lane. So, again, you need to just be working in cohesion with your team. But yeah, that's really it for the basics of server on Breeze. Just support your team, learn the basic lineups, make the rest up, and yeah, just try be useful. Make sure you're using your drone to clear the AWPs out, you know, your shock darts for post plant, your ult to get picks, and you'll smash it on server for sure. People like to overcomplicate things, but if you just keep it simple and you keep it loose, I guarantee, you know, you're gonna find a lot of success on the server. Don't worry too much about the crazy lineups. I will go into a server video in the future where we do go into the crazy lineups. I'm gonna learn them, but for now, just to keep it nice and basic, that's all you need to know.